Governments usually tell us this. We're working for your good. The economy is growing, everything will get better. It sounds nice, doesn't it? But when you stop and look at the past, it doesn't feel that reassuring. Because the truth is this: governments have been using the same financial methods for years. The names change, the packaging changes, but the logic stays the same. And most of the time, ordinary people are the ones who pay the price. Take the simplest example: inflation. When government spending increases and there isn't enough money, there are two options. Either they come out and openly say, "We're raising taxes," which no one likes, or they slowly reduce the value of the currency. No one notices it directly, but your money buys a little less every single day. This isn't new. In ancient Rome, emperors began reducing the silver content of coins because of military expenses. From the outside, the coin looked the same, but its value wasn't. The result? Prices rose, savings disappeared, and people became poorer. Back then, no one said, "We're taxing you." And today, they usually don't say it either. In the Middle Ages, there was another method: forced loans. Kings told wealthy merchants, "Lend money to the state." This wasn't a request. Refusing had consequences. Repayment. Sometimes it happened, sometimes it didn't, and when it did, it was often in devalued money. The state survived, but capital still flowed upward, away from the people. Over time, these practices became more official. Banks, bonds, and financial systems emerged. Governments borrowed, the wealthy lent money and earned interest. But where did that interest come from? Taxes. In other words, from the pockets of the majority to the profits of a minority. Today, the methods are more complex, but the logic is the same. Governments borrow and say, "We're investing." The money goes somewhere, but often to large corporations, defense industries, and bailout packages. When it's time to pay the bill, it's the public that tightens its belt. Taxes rise, social benefits shrink, and money loses value. Remember the 2008 crisis. Banks took huge risks and came close to collapse. Who saved them? Governments. Who paid for it? Taxpayers. What happened to the banks? They became even bigger. This system rarely gets named, but the logic is simple. Profits go up, losses go down. Retirement systems aren't as innocent as they seem either. You pay contributions for years and are told, "You'll get it later." But in many countries, that money isn't actually saved. It's spent on today's expenses. The promise is that future generations will pay. When populations age, the system struggles, and the solution is usually the same: later retirement, lower pensions. In recent years, there's also been the issue of money printing. Central banks created trillions of dollars. Markets were saved, stock prices rose, housing prices skyrocketed. But who owns most of those assets? The wealthy. For everyone else, life became more expensive. The system was saved, just not for everyone. All of these stories have one thing in common: perception. Inflation is called growth. Debt is called investment. Cuts are called reform. The words are soft, the consequences are harsh. And the most effective part is this: everything is made to look extremely complex. Tax laws, budgets, financial terminology. People can't follow it. And when they can't follow it, they can't object. Complexity is the best hiding tool. So why does this matter? Because the same things are still happening. Inflation exists. Debt keeps growing. Bailouts never really stop. And most people don't realize this is a policy choice, not an accident. The lesson from history is simple. This system isn't this way by coincidence, and it always works in the same way. So at the very least, do this. Don't immediately believe what you're told. Ask, who benefits from this? Be curious about where the money actually goes. Learn a little about finance. Because knowledge is the strongest shield in this system. History doesn't repeat itself exactly, but it works in similar ways. And if you don't understand what's happening, you'll end up paying the price, without even realizing it.